What are you breaking my balls for? All right, it's another episode of Breakin Ballz. I'm your host, Johnny P. Hope everybody's doing great. And joining me again tonight, my co-host, Lou Martini Jr.
Always good to be with the Minister of Malfeasance, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Johnny
it.
Potenza. Always good to be here. Thank you, John.
How you doing, buddy?
miss it.
And sitting next to him, the one with all the laughs, the lovely and charming Concetta laughs.
Okay, wait.
All right.
But what are malfeasance?
Yeah, what is
Malfeasance.
Malfeasance?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's like
You don't know what malfeasance
it's like
is?
feces.
No?
The show is not supposed to be educational. You know what malfeasance means?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Okay, that's good. We'll leave it at that. Malfeasance, anyway. But listen, I know we have a great guest today that we're going to bring him on in just a minute. But
Yeah.
the show is called Breakin Ballz. I have some serious balls to break at the very, very top. And I'm going to lead into a major announcement, ladies and gentlemen, all our fans out there. But, I've been a native New Yorker, John, like yourself, all my life. And I was doing an appearance, did a play in the city Sunday night. And long story short, I basically was accosted on the street on the west side by a guy trying to save an animal, and I got into the guy. And the thing that pisses me off about this city now is nobody came to help me. Nobody said a word. I was on my own. And Johnny knows I'm a street guy, so I didn't back off, and it was fine. But now I go back to where we're doing the show. We're on a break. And Betty Ann, my honey, walks in, and she's shaking like a leaf. Somebody grabbed her on the street.
Yeah.
It was a Mexican Day parade, and somebody grabbed her and accosted her. And, of course, again, her being a street girl, she took care of it, whatever. But nobody helped her.
Yeah.
So, basically, Sunday night we talked, and it's locked in now. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Martini Jr., it's official. We are moving to Florida.
No!
Sometime next year.
Yeah.
So, I know you're very, very upset. John,
But you're
don't
going
be too
to
upset.
you're going listen. I already knew this, but you're going to be.
It's official now after Sunday. Man.
You're going to be in
It's just this-
Jersey still, but right. Have the house there.
Well, I'm going to
so-
keep the apartment in Brooklyn, so when I book a job in New York, I'll come up, and we'll see who knows where we are with the show a year from now.
And
we'll
if we
find
have
out.
to
you
Zoom
might
you-
be in Florida with me. Who knows?
No.
They got a lot of jails down there. We might be
Yeah.
in your jail cell doing the show.
Yeah.
But enough about me breaking balls.
that's
Please
cool.
introduce our wonderful, wonderful guest. He's been your pal for many years, supposedly, right?
Yes, my first guest. He's a special friend, and we go back many years in the music business. And the guy wears a lot of hats. From owning his own recording studio, to having his own record label, and then to making the transition from music to television, movies, and sports. He's here to tell you all about it. Let's give it up for Laughing Dog's own Bill Donelly.
All right, Bill.
Thank you.
What's up, Billy? How you doing?
I'm good, John. We do go back a long time.
Yeah.
I think we met the first time you came into my studio to make a recording.
It was Rob from Lust. I got his demo
Rob
tape.
Hubert's.
Yes, and I saw his demo tape because the band Barrage at the time was opening up for them every now and then. So then it said Laughing Dog Studios with a dog on a mic. I was like, this is cool. I go, what? And I talked to him. He goes, yeah, this is Laughing Dog Studios. So then I went to go see you. I wanted to make a demo tape with my first original band Barrage.
Yes.
And we did it.
That's right.
What
And
year
you-
was that?
1993.
You know Johnny P since '93.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some kind of award that people get. when
Yeah.
you know Johnny P.
Listen,
Yeah.
people that know
That
me a long
long.
time and they're with me still
Gold
to this
record or
day.
something.
I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah, I said people that know me like Lou for a long time. If they don't get my madness, then we don't hang out. But if I'm able to hang out with you and you can hang out with me, then we're together forever.
yeah, it was always a good time, and
Yeah.
you actually got work done.
Yeah.
Then you added. When did you add Richie Scarlett? About what year?
Richie Scarlett came in the spring of 1995 because Richie was originally going to produce Barrage. And then the band broke up. Me and Johnny Feedback went and we started NYB. Like with me and Lou, we started Breakin Ballz. And that's when I came to you because we liked you. We were in a relationship, and then I brought Richie Scarlett. And then we started the EP.
Yes.
And then we did the full length album a couple of years later.
Right.
So we did a lot of we did a couple of 100 hours in your studio.
Yeah, that studio. I built that studio to be a music studio, and that's what we did mainly the first 10 or 15 years. But I sort of saw the writing on the wall. Music began to go away. Then we can blame the Napster kid, really.
Okay.
That's where it all started. Once music started to become free, then there was no reason to pay for it. So the labels used to give me a developmental deal. They wanted to hear what a band had. They would send them into the studio and pay. Well, that went away. As soon as record sales, I think they goofed on CDs too because they missed the singles market. So it started to change. So I said, well, I got this place. What can I do? And I started getting into sound for video.
Yeah.
We started doing anime cartoons, Japanese animations. A friend of mine worked at Central Park Media, and they imported Japanese cartoons, and then we would dub them into English.
Oh, wow. That's good stuff.
And that taught me really how to do sound for video, sync the lips, do the sound design and stuff. So, everything that I've ever done, I've been paid to do it. So paid to learn it actually. So it was quite cool, and that I still do that to this day.
Who are some of the bands that were back in the studio back in the day?
I recorded all of the Wu-Tang Clan except for Old Dirty Bastard. I never met him, but they're solo records. Method Man guested on some of the other players' solo records. We did Raekwon's record. We did Ghostface's record.
Yeah.
So cool.
Capadonna. And then there are some other groups around the Wu-Tang that we did, Authorized Fam and some of those. And then in the rock world, we had David Bowie's guitar player, Earl Slick.
Oh, Slick, yeah.
And Kazim Sultan, who he's Staten Islander, but he played for Meatloaf.
All the big shots.
Any crazy experiences? Anybody try and break up the studio? You hear all these stories about rock and roll bands breaking up hotel rooms and studios.
No, nothing like that. But Raekwon's entourage spilled Alizé on my analog console, and it's sticky and couldn't have been worse. So we were out of business for 3 days. We took it all apart and cleaned it with Q-tips.
So Johnny B's band was well behaved. Is that what we're hearing? I don't believe.
Yeah,
all we did was drink beer.
Well, yeah, but
lots of it.
I'm sure we could say it on the air. The band, of course, all musicians mostly smoked weed.
Yeah.
But we used to go outside. Bill never liked to smoke in there, but we all got along great. We had a lot of fun. It was we were like the Little Rascals, my crew, and then we had Richie Scarlett and you clicked.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
So he was engineering everything. Richie was the producer, and Richie brought the best out of us. And without Richie, Bill could have did a great job. But making any great record, a producer and an engineer go hand in hand. It's like the pitcher and a catcher.
Yeah, when you don't have a producer, then the engineer is doing two jobs, and that's fine if it's his project. But it's better to have a producer and then me doing the controls.
But you didn't tell Louie and Concetta. Bill also had upstairs, and you did because you were always a wizard with computers. He used to do computer repair work back in the day when no one was really doing it.
Right. In the 90s, I had a friend in Manhattan that had Crocodile computers, and he called me up and he said, "Hey, you got that space in Staten Island?
What's Crocodile computers? What's that?"
When computers were like $3,000, like in the 90s,
and that's a lot of money.
They were a lot, and then so there was a market for used computers. Okay. So we would buy, sell, rent, and repair. So there's always somebody that wants the latest and greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, so he sells his old one, and it's perfectly fine, and a good place to start for a younger family with kids or a beginner. So it had value when computers were expensive, but now that the prices went down to nothing,
I know
there's no used market. So there was one then. So we did that, and I've been using Macintosh computers. We should get.
I know
a
you
plug
use
for
Mac.
Apple.
Well, what year? Because you were the first guy that had it.
Before I had a
That's
Mac.
sick. So your thing must have been like huge, right?
No, it was a Mac Plus.
Oh, so you had it on the screen.
The little guy.
Not the towers.
Eventually.
Yeah.
So
what was the one that looked like the TV? Wasn't it one of the first Apples? Didn't it look like a little TV?
Yeah.
Like a little bubble kind of thing, right?
Oh, that's the iMac. That's what
that was.
The colored ones.
But that's mid '90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So but in the '80s it was a little black and white dude.
Oh, we go back. Oh, you're talking about the '80s now. Talking about the '90s. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? As you said, they do sell refurbished stuff. Though Apple does, because everyone's trading them in.
It's true.
And like I'm even looking into buying a secondhand computer refurbished. But you get it from Apple. It's 2 years old. You get a guarantee with it.
Right.
So that's what's good about it.
Yeah.
It ain't like I'm buying it off Lou. He drops his cat pisses on it, right? No.
Jesus. Jeez.
I'm only teasing you, Louis. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah.
Oh, and then getting back to anybody that was famous, I did in 2005. I did 4 vocal tracks on Journey's Generations album.
Oh, okay. With Steve.
Wow, how'd you come across that job?
Yeah.
Well, Steve
That's a big job.
Ojiri had been with them. He was
second
originally
singer.
from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. He replaced Steve Perry, and he was with them about 8 years. And so they were out in California recording this album, and his voice kind of gave out. So he was to rest it. He came back to Staten Island. Then he said to the band, "I'd like to finish those 4 songs out here." And so they sent me mixes. The Pro Tools file, and they wanted some specific gear rented.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and so I recorded 4 vocal tracks that made it to the album. And as a result, I got a gold record for that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great.
But it took a long time because in 2005, we were still using SoundScan to count records. So you buy it, it's scanned, and they know how many they sold. Well, they gave away 500,000 with the price of a ticket.
Oh, yeah?
Concert ticket. So that's a gold record right there.
Yeah.
But, it was harder to quantify. So, with who does that? The Recording Industry
The
Association.
FFC? No, FCC? FCA? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The RCA? or the NYB?
The NYB,
In Johnny's case, the FBI.
Yeah, something like that. The PPP.
So when you're working on these projects, though, and you're listening to the same thing over and over and over again,
Good question.
How do you go home and decompress from that?
Well, so I've always been a deep listener, so I can listen to a song and just hear the bass line or just hear whatever, so I can focus. But to turn it off, I would recommend, no sound for a little while.
Yeah, opposite.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and
quiet rooms.
I have been around loud music my entire life.
And you have a drummer?
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah,
you have
I'm a drummer.
fellow drummer.
And I was in a drum and bugle corps, and that's 10 guys playing snare drum, very loud. And then rock bands. I was in rock bands before I moved here. I moved to New York from Kansas. And my mother's name is Dorothy, so get it out of your
Wow,
system.
that's pretty cool. I never knew that.
But I know what you're saying about the quiet room, because after I leave here with Johnny P, I hit the quiet room.
And you need a rubber
I
room
need some
after
quiet.
that.
Yeah.
No, the party just started after this.
Soft walls,
Yeah. So I moved from Kansas, and I've lived in New York since 1983. So
Well, that's where the wholesome soul of you and your spirit
Must
come
be.
from. Yeah,
Must be.
seriously. But I don't know if you remember. Let me tell you guys just one of the stories. Since you were a drummer, on our second NYB record, I did a drum solo where I used to play live. This song called 100,000 Years, where Peter Criss does it from Kiss, and he always did a drum solo. So I recaptured it. NYB, we recorded it, and we had a publishing thing, and we published it. But Bill mixed my drums, and we did everything. And then Richie's like, why don't we add, Richie goes like this, why don't we add some tribal to it? Let's add some tribal drums. So after I did my drum solo a bunch of times, he had me playing the tribal beat like. And then that would be mixed while I'm doing my around the thing. And Bill was there. I remember, and you were getting into it. But you were there for hours and hours, and the next day, you put a lot of hours into mixing that, and it came out great.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that I'm working on is always the one I'm working on at the moment.
Yeah.
So people say, "Oh, what was the greatest film you worked on?"
Yeah.
And my mind goes blank.
Right.
And I have to look at my own IMDb because I can't remember. But whatever I'm working on right now is what I'm the most into because it's
So basically, you freelance. I mean, you'll do any genre right now. You get the call to do a ball game or an album, whatever. You can do it all. Huh? That's fantastic.
Yeah. Whoever pays whoever writes the damn check, I'm showing up. Yeah. So, I do some. I'm totally freelance. I work for ESPN. And,
how'd you get into the sports world? I was going to be a sportscaster at one time. So,
well, I have it's the same skill set as being in a studio. It's just you're outside. I mean, you're using a microphone and a preamp.
So you're mixing crowd sounds and things like live games, or what were you doing?
What I did, I was part of, started with NFL Network, and we'd get to MetLife Stadium at 4 o'clock. Can I say that?
Yeah,
in the morning.
Yes, already did.
4 o'clock in the morning.
We're at 4 o'clock for even after 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. game. We're still there at 4 in the morning. We're the first ones there, and they had a show on the air called First on the Field. NFL Network did. Mm-hmm. So it'd go on about 6 a.m., and we have a correspondent, and at that time it was Kim Jones, and she would, I have her microphone, and we connect to the stadium, and it goes to NFL Films, and then to the network.
Yeah, cool.
So, she would do, like, we call them live hits. She would do probably about 8 or 9 live hits before the start of the game, and then we would go to the press booth, and then halftime she may have a hit or may not. Then after the game, we run on the field and talk to whoever had the greatest game of their life.
Right. And
then sometimes we go in the locker rooms and talk to all the players. So sometimes before the game, we would record the coach, So mainly Jets, Giants, and Eagles.
That's cool.
And one time Buffalo Bills, they sent us up there, but they don't like to pay for travel. So, and they had to because we're so far away from Buffalo.
You're on the NFL Network Diamond and not paying for you to go to Buffalo?
They did for that, but they were grumpy about it. They don't want to pay to put you up.
Well, that's how it is these days. Everyone's trying to save.
Yeah, they pinch pennies. And
good.
I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to. So NFL Network is about to be absorbed by ESPN.
Right.
So that will cut down on the number of crews they're going to have because it would be NFL Network, ESPN, Fox Sports, local channels, CBS, and we'd all be there, doing our thing. Yeah. So that, ESPN is going to have probably one team doing both. But
Did you ever work on the music for NFL films?
No.
Because their music was, I forgot the composer's name. It's on the tip of my tongue. You remember who the composer was for all those famous football music?
He is famous.
Yeah, just because the music back in the day in the 70s and the 80s was amazing. The
films,
atmosphere.
NFL films. So NFL, the corporation has NFL and the football, NFL Network, and NFL Films.
Yeah,
it's all part of the same company, but NFL Films has changed the world.
Yeah,
their video is
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
they were doing slow motion before anybody was. 70 frames, and you can see every single thing.
Let me interrupt you. Let me ask you this question, because since you are a freelancer, but you work a lot, it's a grind, but you seem to be working a lot. How did you find all of this work? Were you on Indeed, or did you jump?
No, not Indeed, but I have looked on Mandy. If I don't have any work, I look there, and there's something else called Staff Me Up for entertainment business jobs. But mostly I get calls. It's all word of mouth.
And how's the competition when you are looking for work? It's a lot, right? Because I had a lot of problems with that, trying to find editing work.
It's hard, but I'll tell you what. My resume on IMDb can speak for itself.
Yeah.
So it's easily verifiable, and once people see it, the first thing they say is, "We can't afford it." And I said, no, right. We can make a deal.
You're a humble guy. Well, that's how you got to be in this business: construction, music, entertainment, anything. You got to be negotiable, because there's going to be another guy that's going to be cheaper than you, right?
Right
Well,
behind
it's very
you.
rare. I don't know if it's in your business, but on my side also, on Concetta's side, it's very rare now that we get our quotes. I mean, I can't remember the last time. I haven't gotten a quote in probably 3 years now. Everything is scale non-negotiable. I mean, they start off scale non-negotiable.
Sure.
And it's the only business that I know. I mean, if you were a plumber and you were in the plumbing business for 30 years, your rate would be higher because you have 30 years of experience as opposed to an apprentice.
Yeah.
But in our stupid business, you know, everything is scale plus 10. It's like, well, what about my quote? And, you know, the managers and agents are afraid to ruffle feathers, so they don't even ask. It's like, can you even ask to get my quote? You know, it's just
And the
is it the same thing with you guys? I mean,
You would think, you know, I've been doing it about 30 years. You'd think I could ask more, but actually the budgets are getting smaller. I kind of do try to hold to a line, but you know, it depends. If I'm booked solid, then I can hold to a line. If I'm not booked solid, then I can, you know, I'm a little more negotiable.
Got to pick your battles, right?
John?
It's tough, and with anything really, as you said, it's word of mouth and who you're going to connect with, and who's going to pull you underneath your wing, and how easy you are to work with. Yeah, and as crazy as I am, I joke around and bust chops a lot, but when I'm on a job, I gotta be the guy that's going to sell them and get the money. But then once they warm up to me and I'm in the house, then I start busting their chops, so we have some fun.
And that's when he gets fired.
Yeah, but you know who you could mess with, and you know who you can't.
Yes.
But we can't get the money that we used to get back in the day, and it's either you're a multimillionaire company or you're an under middle class mom and pop store. And that's what I am. I'm like it's supposed to be a middle class mom and pop store, but there ain't no middle class.
No, middle class
under
is
middle
gone.
class. It's enough to survive.
Yeah.
But you can make that big money if you really concentrate on it. But then if you make millions and millions, then you have no life then, right? And then you got to come with the headaches. You know, it depends. Listen,
I'll take the headaches. Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take
the headaches.
headaches.
No, but for example,
I would
like
take the
with
headache
commercial
too, but-
business with commercials now, John. Back in the day, a national commercial meant just that. It was a national spot. You'd make great money. I
And
did some
residuals.
nationals for Olive Garden, stuff like that. Now, there is a national commercial, but you'll never book a national commercial. What they'll do is they'll book you on what they call a wild spot. So it could be running, Bill, in literally 230 cities across the country, which in my book is a national commercial.
Yeah, that's
but
what
the
it sounds
contract will call for a wild spot.
Yeah.
So you're not making nearly the money. So it just they continue
Do they?
to
But
nickel
you
and
get
dime you.
residuals for that?
Yeah, but they're not residuals on a national commercial contract.
But
it's a different contract.
let me interrupt. What about our boy Lenny Venuto when he did all the tire commercials? He
got a national commercial
made
contract.
king on that, and he still is.
Yeah.
And if I may
But that's
interrupt,
very, very
Yeah, go
rare.
ahead.
I would like to interrupt as well. You supported Olive Garden on a different note,
Sucker.
sir.
Why talk?
How did I
Conchetta?
what?
You supported Olive Garden, the
I-
fast food of Italian
I did like
restaurants.
I did like 4 or 5 national
Oh, God,
commercials.
John,
my heart,
Conchetta,
my soul.
that's a real guinea. That's what Lou would say.
My heart, my heart. I have a question. Have you ever, in all the, it's been many years working sound, right? Doing all different positions here.
Yes.
Have you ever messed up a take making noise?
Yeah, sometimes like when the sound guy's phone rings, it's bad.
Yes. Oh, that's so
But
bad.
we laugh and then you know, they give me a face and then, you know, you fix it. But
How about personal sounds like farts, belches?
no.
You have to deal with that. No, you never had somebody fart.
Stomach grumbling?
Stomach growls.
So Timothy Chalamet, I was doing
Academy Award winner now, I believe, right? Did he win this year?
yeah, but he's on my shit list. But anyway,
Screw him.
so
Wait a minute, it's an Academy Award.
I'm on set for Wonka.
Okay.
And all of a sudden he calls. Now we're almost all the way through. So he's doing his spot, his bit. All the other actors had done their bits. He all of a sudden calls the director over and whispers in her ear something. And then they said, "Bill, can you go back there?" He said, "I can hear him breathing."
Oh, wow.
About you?
About me. And I'm going,
How?
and it's in a big room,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've got to be 15 feet from him. And how does he know it's me?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm like going, really? So yeah, that was yeah. So yeah, I
That's a
don't.
first.
Yeah, I don't like him.
You hear actors say that you're in my eye line. You know,
You
you've
don't
heard
like
that
him.
before. Get that
Yeah.
guy out of my eye line.
Oh yeah, sure.
But he said, get him out of my airspace.
Yeah,
My ear space.
Tell him to stop breathing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
So, Bill, let me
Wow.
ask you this question now. And you know about music publishing and stuff, and then with everything now with like Apple Music and the limited amount of albums that are for sale, and the
Sucks.
artists are just, as you said, the singles, they miss the single things. Singles are cool these days, and they used to have the 45s back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and the 70s. They kind of like died down in the 80s, but like now, no one releases the record till they put out a couple of things. But with
Hardly
the money,
anybody does an album.
nobody makes money no more.
No,
Because
exactly.
it's pirated. And
Right.
then Apple will give a big artist, like, say, I don't know, Motley Crue, okay, you get 100,000, 200,000, we're going to play your album as many times as we want, and you don't get no more money.
Well, here's how it works. So originally, when iTunes came out, that was pretty good because you were buying the song, and it was originally 99 cents, and 69 cents was for the artist and the writer and the publisher, and then Apple took 30 cents. Okay, that's not bad. They're still paying everybody. But when Spotify came out and all the streaming services, if your song gets played 1 million times, you're getting $1,000, and that's no money.
And that's sick.
It's no money. There is no money in it.
And what was it back in the day, an album sale the artist got? What was it? Was it $9, $8? Was it $1?
It was a percentage, and that depended on the deal
it was
you
like
made.
10% after everything was paid, and then everything, whatever.
And you're paying back all the studio time and all of that.
So you
but,
gotta go what is it called? Gold, and then then platinum, then double platinum. But yeah, once you go gold, I think it's just break even almost, like, right? And then you go
platinum, then you're making money.
Yeah, then you're making money.
In those days, but now it just doesn't even exist.
You gotta have a hit song.
And now, if you have a hit song and it's in a commercial or a movie, it's like a hit record again.
Yeah.
They still pay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sync rights are something, but there is no really get your record played on the radio kind of thing anymore.
Yeah.
You think physical media make a comeback? I mean, some people now are
vinyls.
They're actually vinyls. It's hot now,
but
cassettes now is a new thing too. People are putting out cassettes.
You know what that was from? That was from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
mixed
When he
in.
had his little cassette.
Yeah.
And what is that? I didn't see that movie.
You got to see it. It's one of the Marvel movies. But he had a little cassette, a mixtape that his mom made.
Walkman.
Yeah.
And he listened to it on the
So people put music out on cassettes now. People are buying cassettes, and you can go on eBay now. I told my wife Betty Ann, because she's got tons and tons of old cassettes.
know.
There are some cassettes, like there might be a Motley Crue, like first albums on cassette, might be worth a couple $100.
Let me tell you
that.
this. I told you I sold a friend of mine in Holland. I sold 2 boxes of cassettes, and I made a lot of money off them.
Yeah, people are buying cassettes. Yeah.
I got so
But
many
how much
wish.
does that
I mean,
cost to make a
what?
cassette?
back in the day.
I used to have 20 cassette decks and
Yeah.
would do real-time duplicating. And I figured out how to start them all at the same time. Press one button and they all go into record at this exact
How
same
many
time.
do you do at the same? Or would you
20.
do it?
20 at a time, but I could do 1,000 for somebody. It just
I remember
a
that.
day?
takes all day.
And did you did, I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, you used to send them out to get the inkjet on them, right? Or no?
Yeah, you could. I
'Cause
could
yours are
order them
perfect.
printed on, or then I could make laser cassette labels.
I'm so silly because I have the Barrage demo in my Kiss swang right over there.
I think you gave me a cassette.
I
back
had
in
to
the
give
day
you
of
one.
yours.
I'll do an insert. I'm going to insert it now for you people. So, but yeah, man, I still got a handful of them. And then our records had them. Back then, the local record store would support you, and you could put one of them in there. And I still got the tag on it. We were selling for $3.99. But once we did the NYB album, and I opened up the publishing company, and I bought the record label, we started Shinebox Records. I got a barcode, so I was able to go full-time legit with this. So we were able, doing a little legwork. Sam Goody had us. FYI had us. Tower Records had us. That's when we played in the mall.
Right.
And yeah.
See, so that was because you got the barcode.
Yeah.
Then you could be in SoundScan.
Yeah.
So they could actually measure how many of your records sold. That's how they did it then.
Now, tell them about Frankie LaRocca. One of your guys, studio musician.
Frankie LaRocca was Staten Island royalty. He was a drummer, and he passed away in about, what was it, 2003?
5.
And he had congestive heart failure, but that's not why we're talking about him. He was a very talented drummer. He played
Studio drummer.
Scandal, the song "Goodbye to You."
Oh, I love.
Oh, yeah.
He played that.
The Bon Jovi one, could you remember? I know what it
Yeah,
is.
Runaway.
Runaway.
Bon Jovi, before he had a band.
Yeah.
So he was just a kid making a demo in I think the record plant or the power
Yeah,
station.
the record plant and the power station. But yeah, that song wound up going to the first album when Bon Jovi didn't even have a set band. Richie, none of them were in the band yet. Everything were all studio musicians, and Frank's on Runaway.
So my favorite story about Frankie with that record. So he played on that, and they asked him, would you like to get paid for the session, or do you want to take points? And nobody's heard of this kid, and he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he's the nephew of the studio owner, and everybody's thinking, well, whatever.
Right.
And so he had a new baby and a wife, and he took $150.
Who, Bon Jovi?
Yeah,
Frankie?
Frankie
Okay, I
took
know that story.
150
Instead of the points.
instead of the points. So he'd have made hundreds of thousands of dollars, but he took 150. But you know what? I think I probably have done the same thing. I got a wife and a baby,
Yeah.
Right.
and this is the responsible
Who
thing.
knew, right? Who
Yeah.
knew about points and all that stuff?
How old do you think he was? Late teen? Early 20s?
Well, when did that song come out?
That was 1980 or 81 when Bon Jovi broke with the first record.
So he would have been 82. He would have been about almost 30.
Oh, so you're calling him a kid. He's almost 30. But yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking. The kid was Bon Jovi.
Okay. So he was older than Bon Jovi when he recorded
Oh, yeah.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. So what did he know of the? A million tapes you do as a studio musician never see the light of day. You're paid for the session and you don't know what happened.
You'd be amazed how many albums and things like that don't have all the guys from the band playing on the album.
They don't-
that's
Muscle
true.
Shoals and Wrecking Crew and all those guys.
Yeah.
They're on all the greatest albums of all time. I mean, you look at the list of things that they've done on the with the Rolling Stones and all that
sick.
stuff, and it's like Keith Richards might have been playing really on a handful of Rolling Stones albums, and it might have been Glenn Campbell from the Wrecking Crew playing and stuff like that. It's just amazing.
It is.
Did you ever see that documentary on the
Muscle
Wrecking
Shoals?
Crew? Amazing.
It's great.
But
great.
let me interrupt that. But even Louie and Bill, in the beginning albums of all these big bands, all those guys played on most of their records until like time went on, they got bigger or they got drug problems. I mean, from my knowledge, is Keith Richards played on a lot of on older, earlier stuff. Correct?
He did. He writes most of the songs. Jagger writes the lyrics.
Yeah.
So.
I just brought him up as an example. I
Right.
don't know what he played on, what he doesn't.
I
But
knew what
guys
you
at
meant.
that ilk in those bands, you'll be
Right.
surprised that they didn't play all their stuff on their albums because they weren't as good as a musician as, according to the record company, they were like, well, we love you, but this guy's the guitar player to play these licks.
No,
and he's
100%.
on-
I concur because my favorite band, Kiss, years later, when whoever had a drug problem, there were other studio drummers coming in playing Anton Fig. We didn't notice till 20 years later.
Right.
And you hear it, you're like, it's like your favorite band, you're like, oh shit, he didn't play. I thought that was Peter Criss on the drums.
Anton Fig played on the Kiss albums?
On Dynasty, I was made for loving you, and then the Unmasked, and then Peter left the band because Peter had a big drug problem at that
He's
time.
a great drummer, Anton Fig.
Yeah,
He's
great,
he
great
is.
drummer.
He really is.
Monster.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Concetta, you're getting your insight in the music
you
business.
said it wasn't an educational show, but I have to
No,
say,
I-
I completely disagree today.
He meant what another. I don't know what you meant. Don't ask me, guys.
When we were talking about the word malfeasing.
Oh, there you go. You're funny. What do you do?
Sometimes you learn things on this show.
Why not?
Yeah, why
Of course
not?
you learn
Why
things.
not?
If you don't learn this, you learn something about that.
So, in hindsight, when you started your studio, would you have started that earlier, or would you have started it later?
Well,
knowing
you know,
what now?
everything technologically, everything changed that allowed me to get into the business. I wanted to do it before '86, but the high quality, lower cost recording gear came out about when I was doing it, so it allowed me to do it because It used to be a console, recording console was $500,000. Tape machines were $50,000,
Yeah.
$75,000 for 2-inch tape machines, and you need a million other things.
Yeah.
So they started making very high quality, lower cost recording gear, and that allowed me to get into it.
Yeah.
So
So it was good timing.
yeah, good timing, and
And you purchased all your equipment to get that started.
yeah.
Did you do it
I
all
gave
at once?
birth to it all. Jesus.
Or did you like do a little bit?
So I got a degree in occupational therapy, and I treated birth through 3-year-old developmentally delayed kids. I got that degree before I moved to New York, so I had something that paid the rent.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that kind of paid the stuff.
I was actually wondering if you were independently wealthy.
No.
She's looking for a sugar daddy.
No. I should have acted like I was. I meant yes. No.
Bill's getting all choked up.
Yeah. So no, it's and you can spend as much money as you have on all this gear. You can ask the owner of this place.
Yeah.
You can,
Let me ask you: do you still have the 16-track recorder or no?
No.
Because I still got the 16-track reel-to-reel that from the Barrage EP.
I know who has it.
In my closet. You do? Is it up and running?
Yeah. Mike Orlando. has it.
No way.
Yeah. He
Mike
bought it from
Orlando,
me.
that sick bastard?
Yeah.
I
he
know
bought it
Mike.
from
I
me.
know Mike very well. I need to
He meant
get.
by sick bastard. He meant very nice
Yes,
guy.
his
You
friend.
know,
Yeah, of course.
no, we're all sick bastards. Great guitar player, but
He is.
I still have your thing, and I was going to send it to Nashville because my guitar player, Mike Spodiello, who was in Barrage when you record us, we want to digitalize it for someone he could remix it on Pro Tools before it degenerates. How many years you got on that? 30 years, 40 years?
No, they say it's a 20-year shelf life.
But they said that with the VHS tapes too.
Right, some can work.
Depends how you save it, right? You
Right,
store it in, and I always stored it in a nice, not that hot, not too cold.
Good, dry.
Yeah, it was in my
should be
safe,
all right.
you know?
Should be
Dry
all
and
right.
cool. Dry and cool.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Six life. Dry.
Yeah, that's it. Dry cool. That's
Keep it
it.
dry and cool, buddy. Keep it dry and cool.
Funny.
That's gonna be our sign off from now on.
Ha ha.
But there's all kinds of lawsuits speaking about stuff being kept in whatever. Is it Warner Brothers now? They've had a shitload of their archive stuff that came out on DVDs that came out like less than 10 years ago, and they're all rotten everywhere.
No way.
They actually got a lawsuit. Yeah, they put out a lot of the classic movies, and they're just rotting away. You might have I don't know, Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, or something like that. You bought the DVD 10 years ago. You go to open it up, and it's basically rotten. It doesn't play anymore. Yeah. So they just got sued.
It's how you save it. It really is. I got lucky
a
with a lot of
DVD? They
stuff.
make shitty DVDs.
Yeah.
Because DVDs usually last unless they were in a hot environment. I recently
Well, this doesn't matter what environments. They were faulty, obviously.
Yeah,
because
but
they're rotting away.
Decaying.
When
Yeah. So yeah. Well,
Bill.
it's back to acting and royalties. Changing left
You're not
turn,
talking to me,
left
are
turn.
you?
Yes, I am.
What's acting? What's a royalty?
So yeah.
Jeez,
So
I'm sweating over here.
I was hired to do a JetBlue commercial on a functioning flying plane.
Used to be my favorite airline. No longer.
Yeah.
No longer.
What a pain in the butt because they'd have turbulence. We have to pack the gear up and sit down and buckle up.
That sucks.
Okay, it's smooth again. We open it up, get the stuff out. Anyway, we shot, and I got paid for location audio and the sound design and mix. But the most money I made is the director said we need a cutaway of, we need a little comedic moment, Sleeping Man. So 2 minutes of
You
me.
didn't call him? You didn't call John for the sleeping man? You called John for the sleeping man.
It's something like 2 seconds of me.
Oh, it was you? You did.
And I got $5,000.
Oh, that's
That's
sick.
that.
amazing.
Nice.
Because of the royalties, it was a,
Wow, that's awesome. Follow-up question. Why did you need to be in the air to do it? Why did they need that?
Maybe it saved money. I mean, we were blown away that JetBlue didn't even pick a nice plane for us. It wasn't even that. It was like one of
Really?
the older ones. It was like, what the? Mostly if it's a really big budget, you're not in the air.
But you know what? Yeah.
Right.
They make them that sit on the ground and
Yeah.
they shoot in them. But
Why would they even want you in the air when you could have a better shoe sitting down, right?
part of this was the whole concept of the.
What are we sitting down? On the ground. I had a senior P moment. That's like a question for the Asians. Holy smokes!
So the part of the whole thing they were shooting, we had two comedians, the Sklar brothers, and they were having a competition between each brother. Like, I bet I could
They're
go
twins. I worked with them back in the day.
Yeah, they are.
Brothers.
They're funny. They're nice guys. So one was saying, I bet I could make gumbo here in New York faster than you could fly down to New Orleans and order it. So that was the premise of the ad. And the other one said, oh, yeah, well, I bet I could make barbecue here in New York faster than you could fly down to Texas and order it. So that's why we're on flying planes, I think.
Oh.
I think that's the only reason they put us on functioning flying planes.
Got it.
So one of the Sklars is up there talking on the stewardess's intercom, and he's trying to be funny, and that's when the director needed me to sleep because he wasn't funny.
Got it.
So being the point. But
Right.
What are you working on now? Anything exciting?
I just signed to do JWoww's
cool.
movie Nanny Cam. I'm going to do the sound design and mix.
For those people over the age of 35, tell them who JWoww is.
Yeah. Jenny Farley is her name.
Yeah,
but,
from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
JWoww.
JWoww. So, so I was on set. We shot that in March, and then they're just now finishing the edit. So they hired me to sound design and mix it.
And she's a cool chick, right?
She's very nice.
Yeah.
And it's quite good. You know, she was a first-time director, so a lot of us were like, you know, helping her with stuff. Mm-hmm. But we had a good crew, and so it's going to be good. It's a thriller. So.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
Well, listen, Bill, we definitely want you to come back, and I'm glad we finally made this happen tonight.
Me too. It was fun.
And you know, you're part of the Breakin Ballz crew now.
Yeah.
So anywhere people can find you on the internet, emails,
On the
website,
interwebs.
whatever you
Yeah.
want, whatever you want
Yes.
to throw out there, throw out there.
Well, BillDonnelly.com. That's the easiest way. And you can find me on IMDb, and you can find me at the bar most times. And
That's
And you are available to hire.
I am. I can
it.
be had.
You want the best sound guy in
And,
the business, ladies
and
and
anything you
gentlemen.
get from
Bill
my
Donelly.
show,
Right.
I get a 10%.
I got to cut in Johnny. Yeah.
well, listen, Bill,
Pleasure.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man.
Yeah.
We took too long. Very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you,
Very
Bill.
nice to meet
Absolutely, Bill. Thanks for being here, man.
That's it. You're always going to be part of the family because you're always going to be with NYB. You're on the plaques and everything. But we're going to talk later, break some bread. We're going to go to the Rock House on Staten Island. But before we go, I got to bust Lou Martini's chops for 1 minute. Now, Louie, how can I start this? I'm very proud of you too. But you know, you've been doing a lot of talk shows lately. You've been doing a lot of podcasts lately. You've been getting write-ups, making some leeway, doing plays, doing all this stuff. And I am a little bit of your good luck charm, a little here and there. You know, you got the talent and you got the looks, but do me a favor. When you're getting interviewed, get the fucking email straight and our website and our where we're going to find us. You do plug the show really good, but he don't know where an ad is or a hashtag.
Because it's for me, it's very simple.
I know,
I'm
you
not a
go
social
fast.
media guy. Bill is going to be the judge.
But
here.
you can say
all I say is it's on a platform near you. Everybody knows what the platforms are.
But do you
There's
eat-
only 4 or 5 or 6 platforms.
I'll bet you
Find one.
I'll bet you a dinner one night. Do you know what the website is?
Whose website?
Our website, the Breakin Ballz website. Do you know that?
Yeah, breakinballs.com.
No, it's breakinballspodcast.com, which is
That's what I said. Breakinballspodcast.com.
I heard it.
Well,
Yeah.
no. And then it's connected to the JohnnyPTV.com and all the other bullshit.coms that I had. Right now, I'm on a low
At cell
budget.
number 11, singsing.com. You can find him on that one.
ConcettaRose.com.
Breaking my balls over here.
LaughingForDopeStudios.com. But I was going to play it. You did when you were on Teresa Canastrasi's show in Long Island.
Yeah.
You did plug it good there until the end. She asked, "Where could they find you?" You're like, I don't know. Any social media marketing program. Whatever you said.
Google it. How about that? Google it. Google, very simple. If you don't know where something is, you Google
At
it. There
Breakin Ballz podcast or hashtag Breakin Ballz with Johnny P.
See,
Easy.
that's why I told you guys a little bit earlier. I go to the quiet room now. I have to go to the quiet room now after this is done.
Well, my
Yeah.
I love you too, Johnny. I love you.
well, Lou Martini, it's always a pleasure. It's always an adventure, me and you. Until next time, and my dear friend Concetta Rose,
Johnny P.
you always light up the room,
Aw,
bring a lot of
that's
energy
kind.
to us. And
If
with
only I
that,
were rich.
that's it. And with that being said, it's always nice to be nice, everybody. It really is. Remember that. But whose balls could you break this week? Good night.
Breaking Balls with Johnny P.